How could you see your people hurt and not care? You got the power to help, but when they need you, not there. Do you love us or not? Cause it's not clear. Your response to this question is my opinion's not fair. But Jesus said you supposed to love your neighbor as yourself, to the point that with the poor you will share your wealth. You could try, but you really can't deny, though the Messiah himself lived with and served his disciples. That means that everything that he had was
Shalom. And we thank you for checking us out once again as we deal with the topics of the Bible by chapter, by verse, and we dealing with line upon line, precept upon precept, as written in Isaiah the 28th chapter. Now today, we're going to deal with is the Greek text of the Bible, the New Testament, which we commonly call, is it valid? Because it's been an ongoing debate about, beginning with the name Jesus, it being transliterated from the Greek, and that name is been called a pagan name. It's been called a name that has etymologically descended from Zeus or pig and things of that sort. But however, it's gotten so far that now the Greek language is brought into question. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the scripture. We're going to look at the Bible, but we're also going to look at documented facts concerning the history of the Hebrew scriptures transliterated into the Greek at a particular time for a particular purpose. So we're going to look at some writings of Josephus. We're going to break this thing down, and we're going to pray the Most High give us some understanding. I'm my brother Nashon, I will be reading, and Brother Zadok, he will be breaking this thing down, and we are the brothers from the Congregation of Israel, the Knesset of Jesus, once again on your screen, dealing with this Bible in all sincerity and honesty. Alright, so without any further delay, I'm going to turn it right over to Brother Zadok so we can deal with this thing.
Hey, thanks, Brother Nashon. We want to give praise to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who has given us the time and the ability once again to come sit before our brothers and our sisters and our potential brothers and sisters who, if they get their lives on the Mashiach and they walk in his ways and in his will and purpose. Right, like the brother said, it's us, y'all, from the Knesset. Knesset of Zeus. It's us, y'all. You know what I mean?
The Zeusites.
Yeah. We just threw that out there, man, because, we done rubbed the teacher the wrong way. I'm sorry about that. But, now we call it Zeusites and all of that is dealing with it's kind of piggybacking off what we're going to deal today, where you got cats actually saying that the word Jesus comes from Zeus. And if any of you have seen our debate that we had recently, then you'll understand the points that we make. And if you've seen any rebuttal videos to us on certain things dealing with this name, you'll understand. And through all of this, when we sat in it really wasn't a debate. It was kind of an open dialogue because it was more people on there than I thought would be. You had these different understandings being spoken through the different people who got an opportunity to take the mic. And one thing that I found is this: everyone in that chat room kept saying, "You can't," like referring to us, "You can't do this. You can't transliterate a name from Hebrew into Greek because it'll lose its meaning." First of all, anyone knows that the word transliterate simply means to go from one character unto another. So you translating from the characters in one language into the characters of another language. And that's what a transliteration is. It doesn't lose meaning. It carries no meaning. Every transliterated word, every transliterated noun carries the meaning of the source.
That's right.
Every transliterated word carries the meaning of its source because it has no meaning. It is nothing but an attempt to, in your characters of your language, to write and spell out and pronounce that word of the source language. So what we're going to do here, we're going to actually find out today where the Greek scriptures come from. Because, the Greek copy of the scriptures, because it was said many times in our dealings with especially other Hebrew Israelites, that the Greeks can't do this and the Greeks shouldn't have did this.
That's right.
Well, I want to find out today what the Greeks got to do with it. Because we say Greek language, so you automatically think Europeans, Greek people. You know, they think of, what's that movie they had some time ago? The 300, the Spartans.
Right.
You know, Troy with Achilles and all that stuff. You thinking of some Europeans running around taking the word of the Most High and they trying to make up a version or something. So what we're going to do today is we're going to read Josephus. Now, when we talking and dealing with these brothers and sisters, some of these people be talking like they're Hebrew scholars, like they are experts in the language and no one can tell them anything that's correct because they know it all. And for them to claim they hate Greek so much, they even try to tell us about the Greek like they Greek experts too.
Wow.
I don't claim to be a Greek expert or a Hebrew expert, but the scripture is inspired to say, study to show yourself approved. So that's what we do here at the Knesset of Jesus. We study. And so all we can do is share with you our studies. Now, we got the complete works of Josephus right here, y'all. We got the complete works. Most of you probably have your own copy of this book. Now, is this a valid historical document to be going in even trying to find out information, period? Well, here in the introduction to the book, Brother Nahshon, would you just go ahead, I'm going to put this in here for a marker. Would you just read this about Josephus, just this paragraph, about the caliber of person we're dealing with here.
All right. Born Josephus ben Matthias into a family of priests, he became a priest himself. As a young man, he had spent time with an Essene sect.
So Josephus is of the house of Levi, and he had been dealing with the priesthood since his youth.
Right.
And it said he even dealt with the Essene sect. Now everybody know who the Essenes are, right? The caves of Qumran. Any of y'all familiar with the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Okay.
This is the group of believers of the law and the prophets who they actually attribute the Dead Sea Scrolls belonging to. So he even was a part of that group for a while. Continue.
Before becoming a Pharisee at age 19.
So now we know that the Apostle Paul was a Pharisee of the tribe of Benjamin. This is a Levite who becomes an expert in the law, who also dealt with a community of believers in the law and the prophets also. So he's well traveled. Go ahead. And starting from his youth, he was this kind of person. Go ahead.
He discouraged the growing Jewish rebellion to no avail. Finally, he was swept up in the rebellion and was appointed as the commander of Galilee.
So he even fought, and he tried to be somebody to say, look, we need to find a more diplomatic way to deal with these Romans. Cats wasn't hearing it, and he eventually got swept up in it. You know what I'm saying? And he became a commander. So all of us so-called Hebrew and Greek experts, y'all haven't put your life on the line like this brother right here. No, this man actually was a commander in the rebellion fighting against the Romans taking Jerusalem. Go ahead.
When Jerusalem was destroyed, he was taken as a prisoner to Rome.
Now, when Jerusalem was attacked the first time, he was taken as a prisoner to Rome. Go ahead.
His life was spared because he predicted that Vespasian will become emperor.
And he also seemed to have some prophetic skills, where he actually told a prophecy about Vespasian being elected emperor, and it came true. So Vespasian seen him as a wise man. Go ahead.
When his prediction came true 2 years later, Josephus was released, and he adopted the family name of the emperor, Flavius. In AD 70, he marched with Vespasian's son, Titus, on Jerusalem, which rendered him an unforgivable martyr in the eyes of some of his people.
So here, what you have is this.
I'm sorry, unforgivable traitor in the eyes of some of his people.
Now what you have here, okay, whoever looked at him as a traitor, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, his pedigree can't be denied. And his eyewitness account of the beginning of the fall, the rebellion, and the total destruction of Jerusalem. When it said when he, in the destruction of Jerusalem, he got taken as a prisoner to Rome. A lot of people, if you do your history, a lot of people don't know that the Romans had to put down a first major rebellion in Jerusalem. And he got caught up in that first rebellion that they put down in the land.